That's how all the good people do it. Is they just start recording and then they cold open.
Cut out all the edits
at some point. Yeah. Well, they don't even cut out all the edits. They just start and then they're like, "Hey, welcome to the podcast."
And we're not professional enough to.
And welcome to Good Luck Next Game. Today we will be talking about Dota 2. We have a lot of deep sighs with us today. Our first deep sigh is the microwave that is warming up probably Connor or Adam's food.
Yeah, that was a clock, dipshit.
All
that
right.
didn't sound remotely like a clock.
Oh,
that was definitely a microwave.
And Connor already ate dinner with his parents, so I should have ruled that out.
It's gonna be a bomb if you keep this up.
Our first person
Bomb
is, should I use your real name? Yes, Jason. Commonly known online as identical by incest.
Immediately doxed.
Why would you just immediately dox somebody on the first 30 seconds of our podcast, which is never going to make it past production stage?
Adam, current.
No! Cut that out! Cut that bit out! You're going to bleep that shit out, and you're not going to say that.
I'm just gonna give it. I'm gonna give it the big.
Military ID 100279909.
I'm gonna give it the censor. It's just gonna be a beep during that.
I need it to be censored for political reasons because I'm gonna say some shit.
Definitely can't keep that. Adam's already off to a good start.
Just censor half of what I say. We'll
two
be fine.
beeps I've got to add. 2 beeps
yeah,
for
I'm gonna
Adam.
make this a real
down.
pain in the ass for you to edit because you dragged us into this Robert from Sacramento, California.
Got me. I love
Look
the
him
West
up.
Coast.
Look him up. Hold on. Let me.
I love looks at
Sacramento's
map. San Francisco.
And in the background coding, we have Mr.
Yes.
He'll be providing us with comments.
Yeah, Robert's right across from the Rumpelstiltskin yarn store in Sacramento, California. Look him up. Zip code is 95811. Go get him, boys. He's gonna comment on your favorite carry, and then you're gonna have to go get him. I'm just providing you with an asset. This is a real place. This is where Robert
a real place, bro. This is where I live. You can visit all the time.
Next to Jesus.
Anyways,
cool.
Let's start with what has everybody been playing. Adam, I'm gonna start with you.
I've been trying to finish Nier Automata. It's not going great, but also playing Ultra Kill. Cause shout out to Maxor for not sponsoring this video.
I thought you were holding off until it was finished.
I am.
So you just played it?
Yeah. Anyways,
how many,
Jason, what are you playing?
Are there?
Yeah, there's supposed to be 3.
Arbitrary. Jason, what are you playing besides if you were playing Harry Potter Legacy, right? If you were playing Just Kidding Rowling's controversial game about Italy, what would you say about it?
It's pretty fun if I had it. That's what I would be saying. I would say it's an absolute blast.
Okay.
You wouldn't also be supporting Sony's exclusivity deals, right, bro? And playing it early right now.
It's coming out on the other consoles. Calm down. It's just not the same time.
There's an exclusive Quest, dude.
It's also on PC. No, actually, the exclusive Quest is on PC as well.
Some of us don't have a PS5 right now because it's stuck on a ship crossing the Pacific.
Yeah, playing that, and then played Hi-Fi Rush. Super fun. Random shadow drop. Absolute gem of a game. 10 out of 10. Probably, Hogwarts Legacy is fun, but I think Hi-Fi Rush is my game of the year so far, just because it's a blast. It's quick. It's funny. Recommend anybody to play it.
Also, before we get too far, and I'm gonna boot up Dota 2 and shut off the sound just so I can reference stuff.
I'm also booting Dota 2 up, but I'm not turning off the sound because I am not recording.
You want to join? Hey, there you go. My party.
Robert, you're obviously too busy creating this beautiful podcast to play, so Jason and I are just going to play a couple rounds of Dota without you.
Yeah, Robert, you do all the talking. We'll give live commentary of a game. You can just feel the emotions through that.
Alright, I thought we'd start off by going over what we consider to be the worst heroes in the game. Jason, go.
Shouldn't we kind
No.
of summarize it?
No.
If you're just
Dota
coming and you're-
2 is a 2013 multiplayer online battle arena MOBA video game by Valve.
Do you want us to get copyright hit by reading off the Wikipedia page?
That's why it's Wikipedia. Anybody can contribute.
That's right. I'm changing it as
Started off as a mod. Everybody knows that. Two teams
Dota
of
2,
five.
This League of Legends is disguised.
They are called heroes and not champions, like League of Legends. You collect experience points by hitting creeps and killing heroes, which you also get gold with, and you buy items, upgrade your abilities. Dota has talents as well.
I'm gonna stop you right there and sum it up. Dota 2 is alcohol that you don't need to. You need to have a computer for, and instead of glasses.
Adam, I'm going to stop you right there and just give this one question to Robert. How many hours do you have in this game?
Hold on.
That's literally my follow-up
That's a
question.
great question. Let me look up the terrifying answer.
I want everybody to guess first before.
I'm
I'm pretty sure you have like
about
6,000 hours.
2,700.
No, 6,000.
I am right in the middle of both of those.
4,000?
I am
I can look
at
at his
the
profile.
official 3,999.8 hours. So we're gonna hit 4,000
Holy
during this
shit.
podcast. So I'll have a beer.
Wow,
that-
That's
I'm
kind of
at
special.
1,992.2 hours.
I'm at 917. God.
And yet, what's your
Where
win
did the
rate?
time go?
Oh god.
And yet.
Stats.
What's your win rate? I know you can look it up.
I'm trying.
Can you?
Yeah,
We can find
absolutely.
out later. I'll.
No. Right now, you go to edit profile,
Oh,
and then you go
jeez.
to. Well, I don't have
Oh,
to
I
find
know
your
what he's talking
actual
about,
win
yeah,
rate. Hold
hang
on,
on.
can we just go to Dota Plus? What is it called?
I have wins and matches, so I have 464
What's
wins
the-
and 929
what's the Dota-
matches.
What's the Dota
There's your
thing?
win rate.
Dota
Do the
buff,
math.
yeah. Just look yourself up on Dota buff.
I'm gonna tell you my wins are 2,071.
I only
Do
have
not.
1,000.
And 4,000 matches.
I have a win rate of 0.499, but if you round it up, it's 50%, so that's pretty good.
If you round anything up, it's
See, all when it comes down to statistics, I'm slightly above 50%, but God, does it feel awful.
Adam, what are you at?
I'm
Just press edit and then look at your wins and matches.
Yeah, no. I'm looking for my freaking Dota buffs profile. I have played 1,700. No, I've played 1,998 matches, and I've won 1,007 of those. Calculator.
Yeah, hit me up with that calculation.
Who has your highest win rate? Weirdly, it's
I can tell
underload
you that
for
in
me.
a second. It's probably gonna be somebody that I played
And I've
once and
With like
won
a
with.
6 streak.
I've got Centaur with 72%.
I have
That's
a
good.
I have a 50.4004004% win rate. So I'm sitting at like dead even for being terrible. My highest win rate is Queen of Pain and Beastmaster at 100% win rate
100.
Beastmaster?
because I've played both
Never
of them
seen-
4 times and won
Yeah.
4 times.
That's usually how it
Now,
goes.
if you want my like actual rating, Lycan apparently is my highest ranked character.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
So
that
I've
push
played
is insane.
49 times and won 33 of those. I've played Zeus 18 times and only lost 4 games. Clearly, I am a just epic gamer of epic proportions, and I'm gonna get a lot of cool fan mail from this podcast.
I'm gonna take you behind this fucking building and shoot you.
Speaking of heroes, there are 123 playable heroes. They are all free, unlike League of Legends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
keep
is crazy because
differentiating
Jason
it.
only plays 5 of them.
Yeah, my
Never.
versatility is like an anorexic, or my pentagon is like an anorexic triangle.
They're
Versatility.
divided up into strength, where the more strength items you get, if you have strength, agility, and
Oh,
intelligence
can you
as your
do it?
stats. Strength, if you're a strength hero and you buy strength items, you get more HP. If you're an agility hero and you buy more agility items, you get movement speed and attack speed and armor, I think. And then if you're intelligence, you get spell amp, mana regen. Strength also gets HP regen. But let's see. Adam, who is your favorite strength hero?
Chaos Knight.
That's
Yeah,
your-
that was an
Actually,
easy
it
one.
might be Primal Beast.
Yeah.
Right now, it's Primal Beast.
and
Nothing like a funny slam jam. Let me do a little character corner real quick.
I was gonna
Primal
say,
Beast
describe
is one of the
Primal
newest.
Beast.
Shut up. Primal Beast is one of the newest heroes in the game. He's a melee initiator, durable, and disabler. His first ability is Onslaught, which allows him to charge and stun in a chosen direction. His second ability is called Trample. He disables himself, but does damage in an AoE based on how much he moves, and it has a damage multiplier.
he's slamming his
His-
fists, audience.
Third
and
ability
moving in a
is called
circle.
Uproar, and basically he has a little temper tantrum, and he gives himself armor and damage increased based on how many times you've hit him in the past couple of seconds. His last move is his ultimate. It's his haha funny pulverize, where he picks somebody up and slams them into the ground.
Upside down.
Yeah, and it's super hilarious.
It's very
it's
funny.
the best move in the game.
Especially on the tinier heroes. It's just like picking up a child and just...
Yeah, 'cause you
Don't
have lots
shake
of
the baby.
experience with shaking children
Exactly.
in the
Got it.
maternity ward.
I love when you play Primal Beast. It gets me all worked
And
up.
One of the newer features, shards, lets Adam throw a
Rock.
Funny
Beast
rock.
throw a giant rock at the enemy and stun them.
I haven't
and
seen
do
the rock
damage.
throw as much, though. See you doing the little, like, spread out one.
What my colleague, Mr. Doctor, is saying is he's referring to the Agnum's Scepter, which is a special item in the game that gives all heroes a brand new upgrade or ability to help them in battle. Sometimes it's dogshit worthless, and sometimes are we getting demonetized for that? Anyways,
Only on
sometimes
YouTube.
it's dogshit worthless, and sometimes it is actually completely crucial to the hero, and sometimes it just makes them more of a pain in the ass, like with Juggernaut, where it gives him a second ultimate that is just it's shorter.
That
I hate
we
him.
don't talk about him. Yeah, that's later.
We
We'll
will
talk
yes,
about
we
hate.
will get
Hate's very
to
strong.
broken heroes. Are one of our sections.
Did you know
Jason,
there's
favorite
two
strength hero.
bundles
Bristleback,
for
you already
Juggernaut that
knew.
are over
That wasn't a question.
$60 in value right now.
Tell us, give us a little character corner, bro, on Bristleback.
All right, he runs and
does he look like? What does he
shits
look
out of his back. He's a little troll-looking dude, and he has a bunch of spines
Ogre.
on his back. No, we said strength hero. Ogre is intelligence.
Would you say he's Mad Max Sonic the Hedgehog kind of?
Yeah, that's pretty good. He just goes
That gets
absolutely
into
insane.
bar fights.
And he has the Aussie accent, so that's all appropriate. His main thing, I'm not going to read off his skills. It's just you can't hurt him from his back, and he shoots out his back. So if you try and chase him, you get messed up.
What
The
does
more
he
you
try
use
to
his,
do?
the more you use his shooty. Give me a goddamn second. The more you use his back shooty, the more damage he does, and the faster he moves. So you just become this, like Robert said, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mad Max looking guy. His shard, you get hairball. I don't think I've ever gotten it, even though I probably should. And his scepter is you get to goo on multiple people at once, which is just funny and reduces armor. Personal favorite. I love stomping when I play Bristleback.
Did you say the more you goo and quill spray, the angrier you get, therefore the more damage and movement you get? as
And
your ult?
faster. Yeah, so you're just a fast, angry Australian man running around.
Australian Sonic.
Robert, what about you? You play a number
your
of
favorite
heroes, so I'm
Robert?
interested.
So
Which one is your
I know what the
favorite
right
strength?
answer is. If you don't answer correctly, I will sue you.
I would say I have the highest versatility among all of us. I can play pretty much everybody. My
I'd like to
favorite.
contest that.
Okay.
I can play most of these heroes. I'm just not allowed to.
There are reasons.
I'll allow it, yeah. Adam might have similar versatility, but he's been banished.
Mine is Centaur War Runner. He's just.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
He's just.
What?
the
Who did you think,
Yeah.
Adam?
Who do you think?
Rubik.
That's
we're
intelligence,
going-
you
Adam,
dingus.
We've told you 3 times we're going by category.
I wasn't listening the first 2.
Centaur War Runner. He is a centaur. He has a hoof stomp, which stuns everybody in an area and does damage. Double edge. He hurts himself to hurt you. Kind of like, what's that Pokemon move? Is it Takedown or something?
Self-destruct.
Also double edge.
Double edge. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's also
literally
double edge
the same
here.
thing.
Okay. But also it scales based off his strength. My favorite move, Retaliate. Anytime somebody does like a basic attack, which is like a right click on you, he returns damage plus his strength multiplier on top of that damage. And so a lot of the squishier heroes will kill themselves just trying to attack you. And it basically stops anybody from targeting you that's squishy. And his ultimate is...
Mail?
Oh yeah, add that with Blade Mail, and that's pretty much double damage return. Stampede, he can make all the allies on his team charge, basically. And that also has a strength multiplier on it when you run over somebody. And then his newest scepter is Hitch a Ride. I haven't personally bought it yet, but you get a cart behind your centaur and your ally can ride on it and attack people and not be personally targeted. Yeah.
I didn't know you could increase your attack range of a melee person. I'm just now reading that. That's wild.
I think it's only because the cart is so big that the model
Oh.
takes up space. So
I was
going to
say that put them
his
in
range.
Templar and you're just hitting
That's
people. from, like,
crazy.
different
Tell
zip
me
code.
more.
Yeah, I mean, is Adam? You're a temp. You've done a few Templar in your day. Is she a melee hero technically?
No, she's
No.
ranged.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Wild.
Templar Assassin is a ranged hero.
I know she's ranged, but it's like an ability for her.
She gets bonus attack range based on. Are we doing this for people who already play Dota, or are we trying to convince people to play Dota? Because if we're doing it for
what if
people who
both
already
listen?
play, we're condescending them.
What if everyone
And if we're
listened?
doing it for people who don't play, then they're confused.
Templar Assassin is ranged.
Our idea is whoever's listening can have enjoyment from listening.
Our sponsor today is
could be-
NyQuil.
it could
'cause I
be-
had a today. Could you not? Could you bleep?
Don't worry.
That's interesting because I have your social security right here.
Go, read into it. I'll take that bet.
All right,
I have your medical
agility.
affiliation number.
Once again, agility scales armor, attack speed, and movement speed. It's where a lot of the carries, which are basically the hero that will
Win the
be
game.
Win the
most
game.
viable late game and help carry literally on their back
Very
the
Okay.
team to defeating the ancient.
I'm gonna go first. Used to be Phantom Assassin. Right now, Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
For
Would that be
obvious
any
reasons.
particular reason, Adam? Like a monetary reason,
Almost
possibly?
Almost like some
Yeah,
sort of.
I spent a ridiculous amount of money on a skin that makes her look amazing, and I want to show that off, and she's good.
Tell me more about this skin. Does it have a name, like a Arcana?
Are you stuttering? Like, did you suddenly develop some disease? Like, what's wrong?
An Arcana is something you can pay a large amount of money for to look extremely cool. You get...
Hold on. You're misrepresenting this. An Arcana is an item that you can pay
You took the
$30 for. Shut the fuck up. You can pay $30 for it, and you get it. Drow Ranger's Arcana is different because you had to have the battle pass at a specific time and get it to a certain level. I do not want to get into how much money I spent to get Drow Ranger's Arcana.
Why
like-
not?
$100.
I do not want to get into it. Immediately says how
I'm
much.
going to get into
Exact
it. I
value.
don't want to, but I'm going to.
Why don't you tell us about your expensive online girlfriend? What are her abilities?
She has a crossbow when she steps on you. Next question.
I mean, that about sums it up. She silences people. She hurts
She
people when
silences
they're
people
far
and
away.
She shoots people in various
slows them.
levels of shooting people.
Freezing. Okay, we have frost arrows, slows and does bonus damage. She's an archer. I don't know if you said that.
You're missing the point. She's a Drow
She's a
mommy.
crossbow for Adam since he bought the big money skin. A gust of wind that silences you, which means you can't cast spells. Multi-shot, you shoot a salvo. And her ultimate is a passive that adds, at its max, 40% chance to proc bonus damage, give you an agility bonus.
There's an item for Drow in the marketplace that's $580.
All right, buddy, calm down. Don't buy that
Economy
gold
is
cape.
booming.
I'm not going to, but I'm letting people know that money has no value and you should rise up against the system because your lives are
Whoa.
worthless anyways.
Why didn't Biden address the $500 desk?
Why didn't Biden address the inflation of Dota 2 items?
All right. Jason, what is your agility hero? If you have
Probably,
one.
Probably Pangolier, just because he's the most fun. Like everybody else I'm looking at this list is you have to get really sweaty with. I mean, at least the carries, not necessarily like Vino or Venge
I think
or
this is
those
a good
people.
moment to explain that Jason doesn't play carries because of his chronic fear of failure and
That's
it
true.
being his fault. But there are several different positions within a Dota game that somebody can take on a team. There are 5 main positions. Carry, obviously, but also core, which is usually somebody who gets quite a bit of farm and can kind of be a second carry if necessary, but is more there for support reasons. There's also the first place and second place support, which isn't it like fourth something. I don't remember. Basically, you have the support and then the shittier support, and then you have your mid who goes mid.
Yeah, there's 5 positions in the game. You have it's
did a
it's
very
a
poor
it's
job
a
of
MOBA, so
explaining.
it follows the tri-lane formula. In if you were and it's isometric like most MOBAs. So if you were the team on the bottom left versus the top right, which is usually how MOBAs go. Bottom left, you have your safe. Bottom lane is your safe lane, which is where you want your main carry, and the position 5 support, which is the support that's going to be doing the most support, I guess, like buying wards to
Wards
get
give you
visions,
vision.
supporting the carry, sacrificing their own experience and stuff so that the carry can get all the money and experience they need to get their full potential. Then in the mid lane you have, I guess, is that the core? Sure. Mid lane is usually a 1v1 versus the safe lane and off lane, which are 2v2. This is usually somebody a little more mobile that can help the side lanes when necessary. But it's kind of a weird position where you're on your own, but you also have to help the side lanes, but you also can't get destroyed by the enemy mid player because it will snowball because you're not sharing experience with anybody. So you're going to level up faster than your 2 side lane heroes. And so you're going to hit your level 6, which is the level you get your ultimate. And usually it's a powerful enough move to go to the side lane and kill somebody pretty quickly. So it's kind of a race to 6 and then a race to helping your side lanes.
Not
You
to
think
get
of anything I missed in that?
demonetized, but did you know that Putin is calling people with over 10,000 hours of Steam playtime in Hearts of Iron 4 to discuss troop deployments for the invasion of Ukraine?
That's a lie.
That's gotta
Nope,
be an
it's
onion story.
absolutely real. The guy who used to stream Hearts of Iron 4, second ranked player in the world, is streaming out of Wagner HQ.
That's
I mean, Putin's gonna be surprised.
I mean, hey,
I've already won my
Hearts of
game. How
Iron,
come we
they're-
aren't
they're
winning in real life?
doing better than Russia right now.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Anyway, let's talk about Jason's favorite hero, Pangolier.
Pangler's very funny. He has a like skill shot, kind of stabby motion, jumps to one place, stabs in another. He has a bouncy boy that increases his shield for number of heroes hit. He has a funny disarm where he has a chance to disarm someone or not let them attack. And then my personal favorite is the big rolly ball.
And he appeared
Yeah, I
in
know,
Dota
most-
Dragon's Blood.
And
He
and
did,
in
and he
case,
wanted to fuck Luna. Yeah.
I don't know if you said it, but he's literally a Pangolier with a sword.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
not
he's
much
got a funny
creativity.
accent. Yeah,
They made a Pangolier into one of the Three Musketeers.
it's awesome. He's
They
fun.
made him
He's
into a
fast.
McDonald's toy.
He's incredible DPS. Not who I would choose to carry my team, but very fun to play. Robert?
My agility hero.
I've never seen you play anybody from this section.
I'm not
you
a
kidding?
big fan of playing agility
You play
heroes.
Shadow Fiend a bunch, or you used to.
Okay, I'll say this: most fun to play is Arc Warden. I guess I'll just describe Arc Warden. Agility heroes rely too
Guess I'll
much on
describe
right
one of the
click.
most complex heroes in the game.
Yeah,
I don't
relies
like.
too much on right click. Has
I
to
like
micro.
tanks and supports better. But Arc Warden, he is.
Arc Warden is capable of pushing your lane while also browsing Reddit at the exact same time.
He is like an energy being with a suit on, I guess, and then his
Also
first.
good at just Dragon's Blood.
Oh boy,
Oh.
you're gonna make me read the lore.
His first move Flux is if an enemy is alone, he casts a spell on them. It does damage per second and slows them. His second ability, Magnetic Field, creates a circular distortion field of magnetic energy, and allies get an attack speed bonus inside of it, as well as an evasion bonus of 100%. Spark Wraith makes basically an energy mine that if somebody steps on, it will activate the Wraith and it'll go attack the person. And then the whole reason why he's cool is his ultimate is he makes a clone of himself, and that clone can cast any ability and use any item that you have. So you get Boots of Travel, which lets you teleport freely around the map. You send your clone down one lane while you push another lane. You can send your clone to help in a team fight that you don't want to help out in. You can send your clone to gank somebody by themselves. Yeah, go get your groceries, bang your girlfriend, talk to your parents
your
on
kids.
the phone,
Walk your dog.
walk your dog. You can do anything, and that clone
Commit
lasts
tax fraud.
for a solid 26 seconds. So you can
Just long enough to commit tax fraud and get away with it.
and bang your girlfriend. 26 seconds is more than enough. So
This video is sponsored by Viagra.
if
They do
your-
sponsor things
if
now.
your Tempest level is lasting more than 4 hours, you may need to reboot the game.
If your Arc Warden clone is lasting longer than 4 hours, you may be entitled.
And yeah, so he's my favorite to play, but I don't always play him. I'm not much of an agility player.
I like when you play him. It's also fun.
I think I have a pretty good win rate with him.
Adam,
Which-
intelligence hero.
Oh shit. I like Crystal Maiden.
Adam, again, is this for some sort of similar reason to why you like Drow?
Actually,
I can't help but see a connection between young female heroes and
All right.
Adam appreciating
Hold
playing
on.
them.
Okay, excuse me.
What?
You telling me that it's not okay for people to play female heroes, Jason? That's kind of sexist.
I know. I'm just drawing a line between your favorite heroes and the amount of playtime you put into staring at their portraits and all the hours you put into the game.
Crystal Maiden was
Adam,
one of the
I'm
first
just
heroes I
asking
played,
questions.
'cause, she's a support. What are you, my lawyer? And she is a support that has never gotten nerfed ever in the history of Dota.
You're not
first-
far
Can we
off,
fact check that?
unfortunately.
Her first move is Ice Frog loves her. Her first move is Crystal Nova, which does an AOE damage slow. Her second move is basically a stun, essentially. That's a stun, but not a stun. Her third move is just gain mana, like she just provides mana to everybody in the area. And her fourth
Globally.
move is just a very big channeled AoE damage dealing ability. Her Ags and Shard both affect her ultimate. One just gives her stun, not stun, to everybody who stays in her ult too long, and the other makes her able to move and cast spells during her ult, which is incredible. She is very good support, and I definitely don't have another $30 Arcana for her.
Yeah, she's squishy, but Adam, you're honestly the only person I've seen play her very effectively. Cause she's a very slow hero. I don't know what her movement speed is, but it's like, it looks like she's slowly skipping across the map whenever she runs.
She's pretty slow.
Yeah, and somehow you pull it off to where like you're ulting and
'Cause I'm
everybody's caught in
never
the
alone.
literal blizzard, and
It's just Blink Dagger followed by Glimmer Cape plus freezing. It's not complicated.
Yeah, it's kind of simple actually, Robert. For all the hours
Kinda
you have in the
simple,
game, it's kind of
actually,
embarrassing.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
I'm honestly a little embarrassed. I have to explain it to you.
Yeah, I don't own the $30 skins, so I don't really know these things as well as you do.
I mean,
Jason,
yeah.
favorite
Ogre Magi.
intelligence here? Oh my god, Ogre Matt. Tell us about this two-headed, lovable monster.
Big. He has a high star because of his chunk. I have his Arcana because I love him.
Jason, how did your
Very
gambling
funny
addiction
hero.
start?
Well, with this hero, he is strictly his ult is
Connor?
marrying Lady Luck and praying for a better role.
I'd like to call in
Um,
Connor to fact check that. Connor, did Jason in fact start his gambling addiction before or after Dota?
Before.
Connor, can you
Yeah.
name a specific time?
Spelunky.
Spelunky. He
Okay,
loved
thank you.
gambling in the Spelunky random minigame.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ogre Magi, he's an intelligence hero. He's got a lot of good disables. He does a high amount of damage, especially early on in the game, to the squishier heroes. His first move is a stun that you can get an Agnum Scepter to get a second stun. They go out for, I know the first one is a second and a half. I can't remember how long the second one is. But you can stack
Also
those
a
pretty
second
well.
and a half.
Yeah. His second move is Ignite, which is damage over time, slows people. His third move is Bloodlust, increases attack speed of yourself, or attack and movement speed of yourself or other people. Really good to just continually cast in your carry every 14 seconds. And his ult is just the passive that increases your casting chance of any of the other three moves. So you just keep casting and just build up multipliers for the number of times you cast and just eventually try and hit everybody on the map with multiple casts. That
Yeah.
also affects items as well. So if you get funny items, something like a Heaven's Halberd, which doesn't let people attack for I think 5 seconds, if you cast that as Ogre and you have his ult, it might cast to multiple people. And then his Shard's okay. It gives people a little damage resistance and hurts people who attack him briefly.
And it can also multicast.
And everything. He's all about multicast, baby. He's very funny, very fun to play.
And I'm reading that the chance to multicast twice, and these multicasts are free. 2 times is 75%. 3 times is, I'm not
30%.
sure what these dividers are. 30% and 30%. And then
Just means the first and second and third evolutions of the spell.
and the 4 times cast chance is 15%. So you can do things like Bloodlust your entire team at once if you're lucky, or ignite the entire enemy team at once if you're lucky, or
Ignite the atmosphere of a small country and incinerate everybody inside.
perform an Oppenheimer.
And you just get, reduce cooldown items and increase your chances for multicasting, and eventually you're casting on everybody. Not great alone, but great when the team is with them.
A great hero. And mine, we all know, Rubik, the
Yeah.
best hero in Dota. Somehow balanced. He's a wizard that can copy any spell in the game. His first ability, telekinesis, he lifts somebody up, places them somewhere else. He uses it on enemies, but you can get a shard to use it on allies as well to get them out of situations that maybe they're stunned in. Fade Bolt jumps from person to person, enemy to enemy, gives them damage reduction and does a ton of damage. It bounces endlessly. Arcane Supremacy. This works with his normal spells and stolen spells. Increases his cast range up to 250. I think Dota's in like units or
Oh,
something.
you like stealing spells, Robert?
I absolutely love it. And
Name
it
every
gives
spell.
each one spell.
Probably could.
I could get close.
You
I
show
could
him
get
a
a solid
picture.
50%.
Name
Spell-
every spell in the
Honestly,
game.
with pictures, I think I could do it. Maybe not passives, but definitely active abilities. Spell Amp, 26% on that Arcane Supremacy. And then Spell Steal steals the last spell cast by the enemy. And, whoa, it has a debuff amp? What's this?
Wow, my favorite hero has a new ability?
You
Anyways,
didn't what?
I can basically steal their spell and then with Arcane Supremacy cast it farther and longer and more damaging than they can. And it works with any spell. And the best part about Rubik is that the spell looks, unless you have his frickin' Arcana, which turns it green, the spell looks the same as the enemy's spell. And so, like, if you put down an AoE effect, the enemy, like, on top of the enemy team might think their hero casts a spell and they're not worried about it. And so they're sitting in the AoE effect until maybe they start to realize their damage is ticking down or something.
It's a great indicator of what level of play we're at.
Yeah, so yeah, you just start stealing spells during fights and flinging it back at them. They get confused about what effects are coming from where. That's also part of his lore, where he basically confuses a bunch of wizards into killing each other because he's stealing their spells and casting them back at each other, and they all think they're being attacked by one another. So he is a pretty cool hero. And his best skin is also $30-something. It is not his Arcana. It is his triangle person skin.
Tell them about the Jewish skin.
I'm afraid to point out. I don't know which one.
Tell them about the Hanukkah skin.
Oh, there is actually a Hanukkah skin. Garb of the Cunning Aguar.
You had a lot of time to deny that was a thing, but
Got awful close there, Rob.
It's definitely a menorah on his back or something.
But is that what they
the
intended?
set of the Cunning Augur. Not a statement at all.
Set of the cunning linguist. Nice.
Oh, sorry, what?
Anyways, those are our strength, agility, and intelligence heroes. Now I want to jump to favorite item in the game.
If I can
That's
look
a
up
good
where
one.
the items are.
It is
I'm sure you can find a wiki.
It's in the learn. Go under learn and then items. If you got Dota booted up.
Ooh, yeah, that's a lot.
I need Dota Plus for this.
Is this any item or just like?
Yeah, any item.
This video is sponsored by Dota Plus. Up your game to the next level with Dota Plus, predictive matchmaking, and in-game tips to
I
make
don't
you
know.
better.
You're,
Pay to
you're
win,
doing it for free.
because why would you not?
Do price.
Hey, you know what? They're gonna look at us and say, "Wow, these guys will advertise," and people won't listen.
That's amazing.
Favorite
What the
item?
fuck happened to my hero image?
Not
Connor,
BKB.
what's your Connor's favorite item? Is the missile targeting system. Missile defense system.
the point
Oh
point
my
defense
God.
system? Yeah.
That's not real.
Welcome to an entire saga of the first time Connor played Dota, and then hated it ever since because we made him think there was an item that wasn't there. We gaslit
Oh,
him into
no,
it.
I didn't hate the game because you made me think there was a stupid item in the game. I hate the game because it sucks.
Your Honor, motion to dismiss.
Dismissed. But I'll give him a slightly agree despite my 4,000 hours.
Your review reads kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Highly
it's one of those
recommend.
Steam reviews with 10,000 hours, and then I hate this game.
and do not recommend.
Yeah, do not.
All right, if I'm playing Agnum Scepter, we can't count Agnum Scepter.
Well,
for
let's
this
just go
because-
with your favorite hero and what's the main item you have on that hero.
Enchantress Hurricane Pike. Easy. It's funny every time. She
So
gets damage boosted.
Enchantress is a
Forward
hero
distance.
whose right click has a spell. What's it called? Is it Impetus?
Impetus. Nice try.
Impetus. Impotent. And the farther the enemy is away from him, when the spear that this dear person is throwing hits them, it will add like a percentage pure damage multiplier to the attack based off distance. 20% distance. There we go. And Hurricane Pike adds another 200 units or so onto that. Not to mention it can, if you activate it on an enemy hero, you can attack them from an unlimited range. And a move I haven't seen Jason do is activate it, then immediately teleport back to base, and then get 4
That's
clicks
an
on
advanced
somebody.
strat. I have yet to do that, but it will be pretty funny when it happens.
It
As
only
long as you
lasts
have
like
vision on them, you can hit them. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, my favorite item and hero combination is Agnum Scepter on Mars.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
Alright,
Mars
so
and
Mars is a strength hero that has a funny spear that he can chuck that can stun people and pin them to walls. He can shield bash. He has a bulwark, which reduces damage when he's facing in the direction of said damage, and he can throw up a big arena that traps people inside and does damage to them. However, when he gets his Agnum Scepter, he can activate his bulwark to summon a ring of boys with spears that will frequently attack
Soldiers.
anything
Ring of
nearby.
boys,
No,
yeah.
it's the boys. And I believe that we have something around a 75% win rate with Mars when he gets the boys. Like, I'd love to see the stats because every time we get the boys, we win. It's a very low-key, under-the-radar strat, but it works.
Yeah, Mars is the god of war, Mars that we're talking about. He has a giant spear and a shield. He takes reduced damage from the front.
Valve currently in a extremely tenuous copyright battle with the Roman gods.
The
Robert,
lawsuit
what
is
about you?
pending. This one's kind of boring, but it's just Rubik's Axe, where he's allowed to keep 2 spells from the enemy at one time instead of 1. But
Really?
it also increases the cast range and upgrades the spell to their Agnum Scepter version if the enemy has some spells, like Adam was saying at the very beginning, get an Agnum Scepter upgrade. If Rubik has the Agnum Scepter and he steals that spell, he gets the upgrade. And so you can really fucking deal the maximum damage of whatever spell that is back at them. And also because he gets like reduced cooldowns and stuff, he can cast it way faster. There was a recent game. What was I cast? Oh, Skyrat's Arcane
yeah.
Bolt. And it's like I think it's like a 2-second cooldown normally, but with Rubik's like percentage based thing, it was like 1.5 seconds. And I was just casting it and spamming it, and people were just dying left and right.
You were never not casting it when I saw
Exactly.
you.
I was
Anytime we
just
had vision,
slapping
it was
that button.
you're hitting them.
But yeah.
All right, let's get into the final bit. I believe is hero you hate the most. We might bring on Connor for this one because I know he has a lot to say about particular individuals.
Juggernaut.
Explain.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so Juggernaut is an agility-based hero who has 4 abilities that are all bullshit. His first ability is called Spin to Win. He spins around in a circle, does damage, and moves, which you'd think would be like all, but also, he has on-hit attacks, he can attack buildings with it, and it makes him spell immune, which is absolutely nonsense. He can get this at level 1. A normal BKB costs 4,000 something gold. He gets it at level 1 for free.
For
His second ability
5
is
fucking seconds too. This isn't no short thing.
his second ability is called Heal Me, I'm Poor. He gets a Heart of Tarask, which heals at it's 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% in a radius around him. Basically a Heart of Tarask.
Oh, don't forget, it can heal your friends too.
Yeah, and your creeps. So if you need to push that wave or heal up from a fight, you are instantly healed instead of going back to the fountain. He has a crit move as passive.
Whoa, Adam. Would you say this Heart of Tarask is also an item that costs around $4,000, $5,000?
Actually, it costs
even?
around $5,000. So imagine you go to the hospital and they say you have to purchase this fake heart, this transplant heart for $5,000, and then you look over to the next room and some guy has the exact same heart, but they're like, oh yeah, no, he gets it for free.
He was born with that one.
He was born,
He was
with
that
an
free-
extra.
that
Yeah.
free heart, that free extra heart. Anyways, his third ability is a passive crit, which just makes his damage be really absurd, and I'd be fine with that if it was just on his attacks, but it is on both his blade spin and his ult, which brings us to his greatest brand of bullshit, Omni Slash, where he literally becomes completely invincible, untargetable, non-existent, does not exist in this physical fucking realm for 3.5 seconds, and just does damage based on his attack speed. So he doesn't even have to build for it. He just has to build attack speed, and he can instantly wipe an entire team. His Agnum Scepter.
Hang on. It's not even that. He gets bonus damage. He gets bonus attack speed when he activates it, but it also scales with his attack speed, like the number of slashes he can do to a person. So what happens is these Juggernaut players that live in fucking dumpsters are buying a bunch of agility items. They've already got their free BKB and their free heart, so they never die. And so they're ahead of the game. They're snowballing, buying a bunch of attack speed items, and then when they finally Omni Slash you, they get like 10 or 12 hits on you in the span of like 2 seconds, and you're dead. And there's nothing, you can't target him or anything because he's literally out of existence doing this to you.
His Agnum Scepter is just another Omni Slash for 0.8 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. It just lets him do it again. Just, do it again. His Agnum Shard is just better Blade Fury. Increased attack damage, and increased movement speed and increased attack rate. So you can try to slow jug down in the lane. You can completely kick his ass. You can make sure he gets 0 farm in lane. It doesn't matter. He'll go into the jungle and come out 20 minutes later, able to wipe your entire team, no matter what your composition is.
And if you're wondering which piece of shit this is, he's on the cover of the fucking game.
Truly my least
Truly the
favorite hero
worst.
to play against. Does not require any amount of skill to play either. But whenever we play with a Jug, they always tend to be absolute garbage dog shit.
They say this is my first game as Jug. Please be
And
safe.
if you are a Jug player, I encourage you to turn off the podcast and go yourself in a.
Whoa, whoa! Allegedly.
He's the fucking Genji of the heroes. He's the fucking samurai that every game has to have nowadays.
Just for legal reasons, I'm not actually encouraging anybody. I'm saying that you need to go and rethink your life choices and get therapy.
At the bottom of the lake. All right, Jason, most broken hero.
I don't know about there are a lot of choices that could be more broken, but the one that grinds my gears the most is probably Witch Doctor. I've just been ganked by him so many times, just standing on top of stairs, and then he hits you with his stun. He hits you with his maledict, which
I'm gonna go pour some
increases the
alcohol while
damage
you
done
say
over
this.
time, depending on how much damage you've taken in that amount of time. It can go up to 40% of the amount of health you've lost and do that
Last
amount of
12
damage.
fucking seconds.
Yeah, for 12 seconds. So it happens 3 times because it happens every 4 seconds. And then last but certainly not least is his stupid Death Ward that he conjures. So usually the tactic is he stuns you, maledicts you, and then hits you with massive damage from his Death Ward. And so while you're stunned, you can't move, you're racking up damage. Even if you manage to get out of it, the maledict makes it so you're still taking damage over time. And in case you want to fight him, his stupid freaking shard allows him to turn into a Death Ward for, 3 seconds, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's slower, but he can't. He just shoots you and laughs at you while you look at him. And it's...
Also, he's technically out of reality during his voodoo switcheroo, which is his shard.
Yeah. So I've gone up hills too many times to see one waiting there while I'm trying to establish vision, and he just hits you with that 3 for it takes no skill. It's 3 button presses and you're dead to the world.
Not to mention, it's even worse when you're with your buddy going up a hill because the skull bounces and stuns.
It'll
So
bounce
it's
against
bouncing-
animals. It'll bounce against creeps. It'll bounce against anything. I'm surprised they haven't. Ice Frog hasn't buffed it to where it bounces against his own allies, so that you can just get more damage in there.
Yes. so
Grinds
you're
my
getting
gears.
Constantly stunned.
Robert.
Juggernaut's hard to beat. I'm not gonna lie. Witch Doctor, we've been seeing more of him because I think he got buffed last patch. But my overall BS one, And this comes from kind of a long time ago. His sniper.
Yeah.
He hasn't been as bad late. Oh no, fuck that. Tinker. Everybody freeze. Tinker is the most bullshit hero in this entire game. And
Made
the
for
only reason,
amphetamine.
yes,
to
the
play.
only reason he is not played more is because he requires an Adderall prescription. So this man, the main thing that makes him so stupid is that his ult is rearm, where he channels for like 1.25 seconds and resets pretty much all items and all abilities. So you're like, okay, well, what is that chain with? Well, let's see. He has a laser as his first one, which causes a blind miss rate of 100%. So he blinks on you, which is basically a short range teleport that's very quick. He blinds you with the laser. So you're trying to right click him with your carry or your support. You're not doing anything because you are blinded for a total of 4.5 fucking seconds.
Oh shit!
Which is a long ass time in this game. And then you're hit with a missile. Yes, a missile with 2,500 range. As long as he can see you, auto targets. There's no skill-based cast at
Press
all.
the button.
Yeah,
There's
it does
no-
340 damage, which is a lot of damage. And then his third move, which used to be honestly worse, which was a band of marching robots that would run into you and damage you, but now...
Oh, and they do damage to towers.
Yeah, not to mention that. Now it's a damage absorb. It's a shield he can put on allies or himself. Absorbs 320 damage and gives 40% status resistance, which is insane. His teleport to a target friend. Did they just make a teleport his normal move?
All right. So back in the old days, Tinker had to buy a Boots of Travel, which is basically an item that gives you free teleport scrolls. So he would have to buy this, and then he would go out of control. But you had time to stop him. You had time to delay him. Now they've just added it as a fucking just an ability. He just has the ability to teleport automatically.
I didn't even know this. Yeah, it's like 80% cooldown, but it doesn't fucking matter when he can rearm and make it a 1.25 second cooldown essentially. And then let's get into his fucking Agnum's upgrade, which is a laser upgrade. It gives him 200 cast range on the laser that already had 650. And earlier we were talking about like 200 and 300 cast ranges, so you know that's insane. 200 cast range increase decreases the target's size by reducing their maximum health by 10%, stacking.
Shrink your PP.
And you're like, wow, that's pretty bad, but at least it's only one target. It bounces up to 700 units to different heroes endlessly, as far as I can tell. And then his new shard is Warp Flare, where he throws a flare towards an enemy. I haven't seen this personally. Dealing damage, teleporting them away, and reducing their cast and attack range for 3 seconds. So imagine all of that. And then you have some Adderall-ridden teen queuing up his moves with the shift button. He just clicks teleport, missile, laser, rearm, clicks all those same buttons, and then blinks away. And you've got an instant kill on your hands.
Yeah, it's pretty bullshit. Whenever I see a Tinker on the enemy team, it makes me want to abandon the match immediately.
Tinkers don't actually play the game. They queue it up. Then
They queue all their moves in advance and then leave.
You can kind of tell too, because whenever we gank one, they're so slow to react because their shit's already queued up and they just, I don't know, they don't have any
rapid decision making skills.
There you go. They can't adapt to a situation, but with so many bullshit moves, it's hard to even kill them.
Connor, did you want to add anything in, either about Tinker or any other heroes you despise?
I don't know shit about this game. They're all annoying to me.
I mean, you've played against the Tinker. I remember.
Yeah, but like I think most of the enemy team. My least favorite hero is whatever the enemy team is playing.
We're gonna have one comment on this entire podcast, and it's gonna be more of that Connor guy. He was the only one who was funny.
Yeah.
He had the hot takes.
I wrote the comment.
He had the critical voice.
All right, I don't have anything else. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yeah, I think
really
we're
just
gonna
wanna
wrap
play
it
a
up.
game of Dota.
That's the addiction talking. Jason, if we'll start with you. If you had to rate this game on a scale of, I don't like 1 to 10. Let's do 1 to 5, and what you like most about it and what you like least about it, just real quick.
1 out of 5. I play almost every day. I like that every match is different and there's a lot of versatility and flexibility. I least like the community and playing with other people online. It's an exclusively online game.
All right, Adam.
5 out of 5. I hate this game, and I could have developed an entire hobby or gone to school for the amount of time that I've spent playing it. I hate most of the heroes, but I love winning, and I love playing with my friends.
Okay.
I hate
So it takes about 10,000 hours to become a master in a skill, and I'm 4,000 hours into Dota, so that really shows how much of my life I've lost to this game. I give it a solid 5 out of 5 for gameplay. I give it so there's so many heroes, which I love because it's always entertaining. It's still updated. I don't know if you mentioned that, but since 2013, it's been constantly updated. The updates come about like once or twice a year, but they're always big. So it keeps it fresh. And what I hate about it is that the matchmaking kind of sucks, but not consistently. It's just like some games will get, hey, this is my first game, and I'm just looking at my hour count, wondering what kind of algorithm paired, an hour 1 guy with an hour 4,000 guy. And because it is very team oriented, one guy just throwing, I guess, can really destroy the rest of the team, which leads to bad morale, which leads to toxicity. But the gameplay's so good that all 3 of us keep coming back, and that's why I'm gonna give it the 5 out of 5 still.
I have to give it a 5 out of 5 because otherwise I've wasted too many hours of my time.
I might change mine to a 5 out of 5 when I hit 1,000 hours, but until then, it's a 1 out of 5.
Getting close.
And I guess that's gonna wrap up our first episode with our most played game. Is this everybody's most played game of all time?
Yeah.
Nope.
Probably.
Why
Yeah.
did you exit out? Are we?
No, I have to. I'm gonna go eat.
Fuck you.
All right.
I'll play this game with Adam and regret it afterwards.
Have fun with that addiction.
Goodbye.
So long.